I think we need to see it from the customer perspective. And as a customer, I would say they will look for, when they make call to call center, they look for accuracy, whether the information they get from the call center agents are accurate. And they would look for consistency. So whoever answers the phone, whenever they make the call, so the answer has to be consistent. And the customer experience would be more or less the same. And I also think they will look at how knowledgeable is the call center agents, whether they are able to answer the question to fulfill the need. And if they cannot provide the solution, how knowledgeable they can provide other alternative in order to make the customer satisfied through the call. And the last thing I think is the first call resolution. That is to say, they would hope to make one call and get all those answers, without being transferred to other department or having the customer to call back. So when we define all those four key elements, so we need to have a mechanism to ensure that happens day in, day out. The call center have a proper quality assurance mechanism. It's something like they have a proper fire prevention measures. So quality assurance is kind of preventing the fire to happen. So when I see some of the call centers, they are very busy. Day in, day out, they are firefighting because they have people handling all those complaints and follow up on those cases which are missed out throughout the process. So if that process is available, I would think they will have less chance to really have to fight the fire rather than. So I think the quality assurance mechanism when they are working effectively is kind of seamless to the operation. And when I say seamless, of course there is a list of things we need to do in order to have that assurance. I would say quality assurance is not only confined to the QA people or quality assurance people or a team. I think the team leader also need to provide the quality assurance actions, and also the trainer. And they are, I think they are complementary rather than mutually exclusive. Because as a trainer, those new recruit comes in, they train the people before put a new trainee to the floor. They need to ensure that they have the knowledge, the skills, and the mentality to provide a call to the customer. And once those trainees becomes a independent agents and accumulate their experience in the call center, so it's up to the team leader to ensure that the agents within the team to perform according to a set of KPI. So for the QA people, they look into the quality in a bigger picture. They need to find out the overall trend of the call center or of the hotline. Rather than the trainer, they focus on individual trainee. The team leader focus on the performance on individual team member of his team. And the QA people focus on the overall call center performance. Whether many of the agents cannot answer this sort of question, so they could identify a training need for all those call center agents. If all those the call center within 50 seats to 100 seats, they would have a quality assurance officer or a team. So because one of the requirements is that I would think most of the outsourcing call center, they need to have that because of the client requirement. And also for the big call center, they need to have the people to listen to the call and give the marks on the scorecard, and then the marks will be formed as some of the incentive kind of measures for those agents. So I see some call center, they have team leader listen to the call, but the team leader, the score given by the team leader is only for reference. It's not related to the incentive scheme. They would look at the QA people to score, and then the score will link up to the incentive scheme. And so if the call center is too small, I don't think it's necessary to have a separate QA division or QA team. But I think if the call center up to 30 position, they need to have at least some people to really listen to the call. And after listening to the call, they do not just identify the weaknesses of that. They need to have the follow-up section to have some sort of coaching. And I also ask all those people to also look at the good things of the agent. So if the QA people or the team leader, after the call monitoring session, they have the agents come in to have a coaching session. If every time the coaching confined or focusing on the wrong thing they have been doing, so that will be a negative experience. So rather, they have the coaching session as well as the monitoring session has to be, I would say, has to be structured. So no matter who, they need to have a time to be coached by either the QA people or the team leader, in order that the experience will be more positive.